Good afternoon. My name is Ralph Spears and welcome to today's JSE Investment Challenge webinar. Today I'll be talking about understanding the scoreboard and portfolio page. You're welcome to ask any questions along the way. You can just drop it in the top right hand corner. There should be a question or chat box that you just type in your questions and I'll be able to assist you probably at the end of the presentation. But please feel free to ask any question you have. So for those of you that are joining us for the first time, we're talking about the schools challenge, the schools website, schools.jsc.co.za, and we're going to go straight into it with the portfolio page of the income game. So there's three games. With the school game, there's three games. There's the income game, the equity game, and the speculator. So this is the portfolio page, and this is where you can see what is actually happening on the portfolio page. The first column is your instruments, and that being your company name, and underneath there's a three-letter code. You will always have the three-letter code, which is the easiest to actually reference it or look it up. But you can type in the full name if should you like when looking it up. It's up to you. The quantity or pending, that is saying how many shares you own, how many you bought, and or if you are selling by the zero, it would state there negative, and let's say I sold all of them Amplats, it would be negative 118 as the amount should I be selling it during the course of the day. The unit cost, or the total unit cost, that is the total amount it's cost you to buy this particular company, and it includes the transaction, the broker's fees, the tax. So everything's included there in the VAT. And this column here, the previous close, is yesterday's close, or in our case, if we're playing as of today, then that would be Friday's close. This would be the current price, which is 15 minutes delayed. So this column, the current price, would be 15 minutes delayed. And then you would see the percentage move on that day. And here you can see on this column, the 14th of March 2016, it's a negative 2.4% or minus 1,112 Rand and 74 cents. Then the overall move is what has happened to the share from the moment you've bought it up until now, and you will see it's 1.1% or 509 Rand and 76 cents. So this is what you can watch. Obviously you would like to watch companies that are falling behind and that are negative in the overall move. You're not too concerned over what happened today, maybe necessarily, but overall, what has actually taken place? How far are my companies up or down? Should I want to trade with them and either get rid of them, or if I want to increase my position, I can go and click on trade and get some more shares or sell them. Now, this percentage of total, it just tells you how much percentage you own in that company compared to your overall portfolio. In the income game, it does not matter the total percentage, because there is no fixed amount or maximum you can buy in any one company. You can buy as much as you like in the income game in any one company. So if we looked at the scoreboard, and I'm trying to help you understand how the scoreboard works. I've dealt with the portfolio. If we look at the scoreboard of the income game, the highest income with you beating inflation wins this challenge, and the inflationary target is 30,000 Rand for the duration of the game, and you've got to have above that by the time the game ends. You don't have to have it every month, but by the time the game ends on the 23rd of September, you need to be above 30,000 Rand. Now you can see in this case this team is above 32,000. It's above 30,000, which is 32,011 Rand and 69 cents. But that's just the first criteria, and you have to first meet that. But the second criteria and the second step is to have the highest income in the income game. So this you get by buying companies that are paying dividends, as well as you can earn interest from your cash balance. In this case, if you had cash balance of 754,747 Rand and 50 cents, you would roughly earn about 250 Rand per day on interest. Now, what happens is, for you to get the actual growth, let me remind you, it's only done by buying or selling shares or by buying and holding. You don't necessarily have to sell it, but the only way you get growth is by buying a share and for it to increase. Whether you keep it in the portfolio or if you sell it, that does not matter. In our case, we take it into consideration either way, but it's up to you whether you want to keep it. So that's the income game in a nutshell. The portfolio of the equity game is identical. The only difference and the most important thing that you need to understand here is that your percentage cannot be more than 10% of the percentage of the total. You cannot own more than 10% in any one company. Okay? If we look at the equity game board, it's all about growth with the highest team winning the challenge, and it's just about the percentage growth of your shares. If you look at the speculator game, it's identical, the portfolio, as well as, again, it's the percentage growth that what counts in this game. Okay? That is the income game, equity and speculator, both the scoreboards and portfolio.